I want to begin by telling the chamber the story of a young man named Alex Smith. Some of you may know this story. In his 20s, in his early 20s, like lots of people, Alec moved to the big city. In his case, he moved to New York City to start his young life. He found a place to live. He got a job as a restaurant manager. Alec had type 1 diabetes. Thanks, Obama, he got to stay on his parents' insurance until the age of 26. But as his 26th birthday approached, she got nervous. How was he going to afford the thousands of dollars a year that he'd need to pay for insulin? His mom, Nicole, who's one of my personal heroes, she told me that she wished Alec had asked him for help after he turned 26 and lost access to his parents' health insurance. But instead, he decided to try to make it on his own, buy whatever insulin he could afford while he looked for a job with health insurance. 27 days, friends, after his 26th birthday, Alex Smith died alone in his apartment from diabetic ketoacidosis. 27 days after his 26th birthday. I would encourage those of you in this body with children to imagine the horror that Nicole experienced as a mother that day. Insulin is too expensive, and it's taking lives. It doesn't need to be this way, friends. Insulin used to cost $20 a vial not that long ago. In 1999, Humalog cost $21 a vial. Today, it costs $332. The same product. The same product costs $332 today. You want to talk about inflation? That's inflation, friends. Why is this happening? Because Eli Lilly, the maker of Humalog, and the other manufacturers of these drugs, they know that people with type 1 diabetes need insulin to survive, and they will do anything they can to pay for it, no matter the cost, or else they'll die trying. My colleague from the other side of the aisle said, let's do something that our constituents want. I'll tell you, we're about to, ladies and gentlemen. Our constituents want to live. And this bill will help our constituents with diabetes survive. The bill before you does two things. One is that it lowers the cost of insulin for those who purchase their insurance through the state exchange from $100 a month to $35 a month. You all may remember that we passed a $100 copay cap a few years ago. We're lowering that to $35 to make it more affordable. But two, and the piece I want to focus my remarks on here, the bill creates an emergency insulin program for people like Alec, people in crisis, people who don't have enough insulin to survive. They can walk into the pharmacy, they can make an attestation that they are in need, and once a year they can get a 30-day supply of insulin for a very low copay. This bill will help people in crisis survive. It is far, far from everything that we need to do to make insulin more affordable in this state. But it is a last resort for people in crisis, people on the brink of diabetic ketoacidosis and death, to get the insulin that they need to survive a little bit longer. Nicole Smith-Holt, the woman I mentioned, Alec's mom, she has become a champion of this issue. She helped pass the Alex Smith Insulin Affordability Act in Minnesota. That act is currently law there. It helped over 400 people last year who were facing this very same crisis get the insulin that they needed. It is a vitally important measure to help our constituents in your districts and mine survive. And I urge and I vote.